Hello my friends, I'm Delta and this is the final episode of Season 2. Don't be sad that it's ending, be happy that I'm actually getting better quality in the next one. I'm gonna end on a question. This is a one-step changer. What is the goddamn point of it? It's a genuine question because, well, they get made, people get them, and the thing I like about these mainly is you don't need to spend half an hour trying to transform it like a masterpiece. These are quite literally just pull it, and it's done. This is perfect for kids who want to have a transformer but don't want to have, one of the bigger ones that either cost more or take, an hour to do. Now, back in the day, they did not have one-step changers. The closest you got was something like this. I think back then they called these scout classes. They're more or less modern-day core class. But it's pretty much the exact same concept. A small thing, relatively cheap, makes Bumblebee. I'm using Bumblebee as the example because I don't have Masterpiece, okay, so just get off my back for that. As you can see, small one's smaller, big one's bigger. That's how size works. So ultimately, for a collector like me who likes the bigger stuff, these are kind of not inherently pointless, but they'd have less of a reason for me to get them. I don't need a one-step changer if I've gotten, a regular Bumblebee. I don't need a Scout Core Class version if I've already got the bigger version of it. It doesn't matter what one I get, I've already got a Bumblebee of that design. But this is why both of these need to exist as a stepping point for really young kids to get into, Transformers in general. I can give this to a 4-year-old and, it's a big chunky thing. There's not really many small parts he could choke on. And, it's just grip it and rip it, make him transform. Obviously it's kibbly as hell. You can see just how bad the back kibble is. But, same thing with this. I'd rather give a small kid something like this because it doesn't really move too much. There's not much it could break. Then, when it comes to this Bumblebee, you could 100% rip off his, arm, and a kid could swallow this. This is for more, like 10-year-olds. This is for like a 3-year-old. But here's the thing: I think everyone who's into Transformers, who wants to get the toys, should at least get one. I'm not saying to get, 50 or 100, no, one. Just so you can see, the actual vast difference between something as small as this, something as one steppy as that. Compare that to a masterpiece where it's more or less a bunch of fucking jank you create and then fix to make it look like the actual character. Masterpieces are great, just don't get that for your first one. It will take hours, trust me. Now, I don't think I'm going to get more of these. Mainly because I don't inherently like them. When it comes down to me at least, I look at the steps, I look at the price, and I think, is this worth getting? It's kind of like Lego in a sense, where a lot of people look at the amount of pieces that come with the set, and then the price to see, how much you actually spending per piece, per step. It's kind of the same way for me, where I look at the price, I look at the amount of steps, and I think, is that worth getting for the enjoyment? Is each step worth that much? 9 times out of 10, you fucking know. But still, I like getting these because these are really good. I'm going to end this with a little teaser of Season 3. First of all, I'm going to get a brand new lighting system. So I'm not using the actual lights in my room. I've also got one of those ring light things. You've seen in a lot of fucking influencer videos, fucking James Charles and those, those bellends. I've got one, just so I can actually show off anything that's black. Because this camera is racist and I fucking hate it. I need to get a better camera, but the lighting situation was more important. First episode of Season 3 should be Sideways from Revenge of the Fallen. If you don't know who he is, and even if you watch the movie, you're not missing out on anything. He dies in the first, minute. He is that much of a non-character. He gets killed immediately, and they still manage to make a toy of him. And then for episode 2, I'm remaking my very first video. So you're going to see maybe some new coins, more stuff of that, but, you know, it's me. The quality's not going to be improved. It's just the audio is going to be slightly better. But I thank you for, you know, sticking around watching me play with these goddamn morons. The thing's not going to change much, but I hope you stick around to see the other stuff I have planned. Something that's not Transformers, for once. And one that's kind of Transformers, but it's more of a parody, if I can get that done. And I will see you in Season 3. And if you just don't want to watch it, I don't blame you. Bye!